America, planet Earth, what's good? This is your boy Codell, and welcome back to another episode of the Father's Gospel Podcast. I'm definitely chilling tonight. I got my tea. We got a good one right now. Okay, this is really good. Before we get into it, though, give me a quick thumbs up if you would, and subscribe and leave a comment. But anyways, let me take a sip. All right, so here's what we got, guys. All right, where's this article at? Let's see. Okay. All right. So we're going to be talking about let's see. Senate bill, where's it at? So Senate bill I-2081, which is a parental rights bill that is currently in attempting to be passed here in Washington, all right? And what we're going to do is get into how this lady right here, this is Senator, or not Senator, uh, Claire. Man, I'm like losing my mind right now. All right, hold up. Oh, Claire Wilson. There we go. Yeah, she is a senator. Okay, so this is Senator Claire Wilson, right? And this lady, she is trying to switch this bill up right now to codify parental rights here in Washington state to make the language of the laws more clear and just overall improve the system, right? She's trying to switch that bill up, all right? So that's what we're going to get into. And yeah, let's get into it. All right. So Washingtonians overwhelmingly support Initiative 2081, establishing a parental bill of rights. But now it's being threatened. The initiative was so popular that the Democrat controlled legislature passed it outright rather than putting it to a public vote, knowing they'd lose if they did. But it turns out that this was nothing more than a ruse. Now, Democrats are attempting to dismantle the very heart of the initiative through the new legislation, deceptively framing it as a simple cleanup bill. It's nothing of the sort. So, this is what the article's saying, obviously. So, okay, what did the Parental Rights Initiative establish in Washington? So, this is going to go into the original intent of I-2081. Okay, so I-2081 provided parents with a new series of rights while codifying and clarifying existing ones. At its core, the initiative was twofold. First, it grants parents the explicit right to know about any medical care a school or district is offering to or arranging for their minor child. This provision was prompted by reports of left wing educators having private conversations with students they identify as transgender and providing recommendations of resources without informing parents. So this bill is supposed to put a stop to all the woke madness, where you got these teachers basically telling your kid, hey, take some puberty blockers. You're not a boy, you're a girl. You're not a girl, you're a boy. You're a he, she, her, or whatever. So, anyways, let's keep going. All right. So, second, it requires schools to immediately inform parents if their child is the victim of a crime or is questioned by police on school grounds. This measure was driven by concerns over disciplinary reforms that allowed problematic students to remain in schools. Parents want to be notified if their child is victimized by someone who should not have been on campus due to these politically motivated reforms. They fear such incidents could be downplayed or covered up to protect the reputation of these controversial policies. Now, State Senator Claire Wilson, Democrat Federal Way, did not support I-2081. It's precisely why she's trying to gut it, reversing hard fought battles to keep parents abreast of what schools are doing to their kids. So she wants to keep the woke status quo here in Washington. And this lady's got some power, okay? No ifs, ands, or buts about it. This lady has some power. All right. So Now we're going to get into Senator Claire Wilson and what she and her proposed version of the bill. Okay. So, in response to the initiative, Senator Claire Wilson introduced Senate Bill 5181. She framed the legislation as merely a cleanup bill to make sure the changes from I 2081 are consistent across other state laws. And the thing is, with these politicians, they love to use this deceptive language like cleanup bill. They try to make it sound all clean, shiny, clean. It's it's evil, honestly. Anyways, okay. So this is not an overhaul, Wilson emphatically declared during a committee hearing. Wilson is not being honest. SB 5181 fundamentally guts the purpose of the initiative by removing key priorities for parents and supporters. The legislation removes rights across access to medical records and gives schools the right to withhold from parents knowledge of a crime against their child for up to 72 hours. How is this not an overhaul? So, this article is claiming that her version, which is Senate Bill 5181 here in Washington, this will remove the right for parents to have access to their child's school and medical records. And they can also withhold knowledge of a crime against their child for up to 72 hours. Like, what if your kid gets raped or something? Like, I don't mean to sound so dramatic, but it's crazy. I mean, anyways, okay, so Democrats threaten the entire initiative process. So Senator Claire Wilson and her Democratic colleagues behind SB 5181 have pulled a fast one on voters, threatening the integrity of the voter approved initiative process. Democrats have long complained about initiatives that challenge their political agenda, whether by passing new measures or repealing their legislation. The intent of the Parental Rights Initiative is crystal clear: to give parents access to vital medical information about their children and ensure transparency around crimes committed against them. Yet, when Wilson claims her bill is mere cleanup to resolve conflicts, it's hard not to be tricked into thinking she's aligning other laws to reflect the voters' will. In reality, she's doing the opposite, undermining the very essence of the initiative. And so, yeah, the article goes on to say, what's the point of the initiative process if the legislature can so easily abuse its power like this? Okay, anyways, yeah. But and then it goes on to say some stuff about the media being cowards in Seattle, which I don't doubt. I mean, main, they're the local version of mainstream media. They're fake news. So, but anyways, we're not going to read into all that. Okay, so this article is claiming that Claire Wilson, so that's a senator. She's a senator, you guys, here in Washington. She is trying to undo all these rights and solidifying of rights that 2081 is supposed to provide. All right. Now, I do have the bill. I'm gonna read through some of it. I'm not a law expert in any way. I'm gonna do my best to try to point out things that are really easy to understand. Okay. And I mean, not just for you guys, for me as well, to try to show you the difference of whether she is trying to gut the bill or whether she's not trying to gut the bill. So yeah, okay. And then at the end, we're going to get in to Senator Claire Wilson. All right. Now, before we move on, guys, make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment, and hit that notification bell. I appreciate it big time. Continue to help me make this channel grow. Let's grow together. We're building together. We're building a massive army of like-minded fathers and mothers who love their families and their nation. All right, anyways, I'm done. All right, so let's move on. All right. Now, here is Claire Wilson's version of the bill, Senate Bill 5181. Okay. So, an act relating to amending parental rights initiatives to bring it into alignment. Okay, I don't need to read that. All right, so here's section 1, and this is what it says. RCW 28A 05005 and 2024 C4S1 are each amended to read as follows. One, the legislature finds that A, parents are the primary stakeholders in their children's upbringing. B, involvement is a significant factor in increasing student achievement. And C, access to student information encourages greater parental involvement. Two, parents and legal guardians of public school children younger than 18 years old have all of children enrolled in public schools as defined in RCW 28. I'm not going to read all that. The following rights. Okay. A, to access their child's classroom and school sponsored activities to observe in accordance with RCW 28 and to examine the curriculum, instructional material, and supplemental material, instructional materials used in their child's classroom in accordance with policies and procedures. Okay, so let me stop right here. Okay, so all this stuff right here that's crossed out, these are the things that Claire Wilson is trying to remove from the bill. Okay, so it already gets really obvious. So originally, like I just read, originally this bill was supposed to do the following. One was the legislature finds that A, parents are the primary stakeholder in their children's upbringing. B, parental involvement is a significant factor in increasing student achievement. And C, access to student information encourages greater parental rights. Okay. So she left that in there, right? Now we get to two. And again, everything I'm about to read was in the original bill. And this is what it says. And remember, everything crossed out. This is what she's trying to remove from the bill. Okay. So you'll see that she's trying to gut the bill. It's so obvious. Okay. So parents and legal guardians of public school children younger than 18 years old have all of. She crossed that out. She crossed that out. Okay. So no, we don't need that. Children enrolled in public schools is defined in RCW 28. Okay. The have the following rights. Okay. She left that in there. A, to access their children's classroom and school sponsored activities to observe in accordance with RCW 28A 605 and to examine the curriculum, textbooks, curriculum crossed out, instructional materials and supplemental material crossed out, instructional materials used and in their children's classroom in accordance with policies and procedures. Okay. So she left most of this in here, right? But again, because she crossed out public school children younger than 18 years old have all of, because that's crossed out. So even though the rest of this hasn't been crossed out and it's like, okay, so you're going to have access to all this because she crossed this out, that gives her the loophole and the courts the loopholes not to abide by this bill. Okay, not to abide by the way this bill was originally written. So she's already gutting the bill. It's so obvious. Okay, so let's go on to B. Okay, B, I, to inspect and review their child's public school education records in accordance with RCW 28A 605 and to request and receive a copy of their child's education records within 10 business days of submitting a written request either electronically or on paper. So she got that crossed out, right? Let's see what she says next. A reasonable period of time, but not more than 45 days of submitting a request in accordance with the Federal Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act of 1975, Title 20, Section USC. Okay, so I'm just going to stop right here. Okay, so originally this bill says that you have to be able to receive a copy of the child's education records within 10 business days of submitting a written request, either electronically or on paper, right? Now, she crossed that out. So that her proposal, that's no longer in the bill. But what she left in there is a reasonable period of time, but not more than 45 days of submitting a request in accordance with the Federal Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act of 1974, Title 20. Okay. So she left that in there. So that's so vague, a reasonable period of time, but not more than 45 days. So what this does Okay, so here's what this does big picture wise, right? Okay, and this is just me thinking if I was them, okay? So, with 10 business days where the bill originally said you have to be able to obtain a copy of your child's education records within ten business days of submitting a written request, either electronically or on paper. That's crossed out. Now, since she extended it to 45 days, right? What this does is it gives them more time to try to basically work the laws and manipulate the laws and stall things out as long as they can, just in case they're getting into something they shouldn't be doing. Like they're teaching your kids some weird LGBTQI, ZBTTT, like whatever, you know. So that's it's a stall tactic. So again, with her gutting the 10 business days, within 10 business days of submitting your request for your child's educational records and moving it to that time, it gives them a lot more room to play some games. So yeah, it's not good. Okay, so let's move on. All right, so here's II. So this gets into just more of what, the rights are supposed to be. Okay, so parents or and legal guardians must choosing to inspect and review their child's education records may not be required by a public school to appear in person for the purpose of requesting or validating a request for their child's public school education records, provided the public school can ascertain the identity of the requester. Okay. So this is a little confusing to me. So parents and legal guardians choosing to inspect and review their child's education records may not be required by a public school. Oh, okay, okay. Obvious. Okay. Hopefully you guys caught on to that before I did. Okay, so right here, the bill, they left this in. It's saying parents and legal guardians, but they crossed out or and must. Okay. So this gives them another loophole. Parents and legal guardians choosing to inspect and review their child's education records may not be required by a public school to appear in person for the purpose of requesting or validating a request for their child's public school education records, provided the public school can ascertain the identity of their registrar. Okay. So yeah, man, they're just like they're butchering this. It's crazy. Okay. Let's keep going. Let's go a little more. So let's see. Okay, here's where it gets crazy, guys. So look at all this they got crossed out, okay? Now you not might not be able to see what it says on screen, but I'm about to break this down. This is freaking crazy. Okay. So no charge may be imposed on a parent or legal guardian to receive such records electronically. So they crossed out being able to receive records electronically without a charge. Interesting. Inspect or review their child's education records or for the cost of searching for or retrieving the education records. Any charges for a paper copy of such records must be reasonable. So they crossed out paper, they crossed out receive such records electronically. Basically, they're telling you you're getting charged. Okay. Records must be reasonable and not prevent a parent, legal guardian, or eligible child from exercising the right to inspect and review the child's education records and be set forth in the official policies and procedures of the school district and public school. Right. Okay. So it sounds good right there. They left all this in, right? Let me read that one more time. It says, not prevent a parent, legal guardian, or eligible child from exercising the right to inspect and review the child's education records and be set forth in the official policies and procedures of the school district and public schools. So this is saying you're supposed to have access, undeniable access to your child's school records, right? Well, look at everything they crossed out. Public school records include all of the following. Again, everything I'm about to read, this was in the original bill. Okay, A, academic records, including but not limited to tests and assessment, SEERS, in accordance with RCW 28A 230. Nope, they don't want to give you that. B, medical or health records. Cross it out. Don't want to give you that. C, records of any mental health counseling. Nope. Don't want to let you know what we're manipulating your kids with the brainwashing. D, records of any vocational counseling. Nope. Let's cross out it as well. E, records of discipline, including expulsion and suspension under RCW 2860. Nope. Don't want to, you, as a parent, you don't get your child's discipline records. No. Okay. Anyways, let me keep going. Records of attendee, including unexcused absent. Sorry, it's all crossed out. I'm like having trouble reading some of this. Absencees in accordance with RCW 28A 225. Okay, I'm back. Records associated with the child's screening for learning challenges, exceptionalities, plans for an individual education program or plan adopted under Section 504 of the Rehabilitation Act of 1973. Nope, this is crazy. Any other student specific files, documents, or other materials that are maintained by the public school. So, dude, they literally gutted the whole thing, right? I mean, that seems like it's all of it. Obviously, I'm not an expert on this, but this seems like this is denying access to all your child's school records. So, yeah, it's crazy. Anyways, I think I've read enough of the bill. Okay. I mean, it's bad, you guys. I'm going to put a link in the description box, and I really encourage you guys to go through the bill, especially if you live here in Washington. Like, you guys, we got to kick some ass and take some names. Like, we cannot allow this type of woke just madness to go on. Like, it's freaking crazy. Like, it's crazy. Anyways, okay, so let's get back into Claire Wilson. All right, here is Claire Wilson. Surprise. Okay, Washington State LGBTQ Commission. All right, and it looks like she's the top dog. She's the top lesbian. All right. All right. So Claire Wilson, Senator D30. Okay. Her pronouns are she, her, hers. So she's a plural. Anyways. Okay. So Claire Wilson's legislative work has built on her 25 years at Puget Sound Educational Service District, where she is an administrator in early education and family involvement. Man, this is already bad. Prior to that, Claire taught pregnant and parenting teams bad at Mount Tahoma High School and was a senior grants and contracts manager for the City of Seattle Teen Parents Program. This is all bad. Like, dude. Oh my gosh. Like, it's just so bad. Okay. Elected to the Senate in 2018, Claire quickly rose to the ranks of Senate leadership as Assistant Majority Whip, one of two lawmakers responsible for knowing whether key legislative proposals have the support to pass out of the Senate and when it makes the most sense to call them to the floor for a vote. Okay, you guys, I'm going to read through most of this because I want you guys to realize like how powerful this lady is. She has some serious power. Like, she's not to be underestimated. Okay, so as vice chair of the Senate Early Learning and K through 12 Education Committee, man, Claire's extensive experience with education and families has informed a wide range of legislation. She has sponsored numerous bills to improve academic success by expanding access to childcare for teen parents, attending high school, and eligibility. Okay, I'm going to skip ahead. Okay. But yeah, like, okay. So here, no, there's anyways. And then this, like, she's providing medically accurate sexual health education curriculum. Okay. See, it's already getting woke right here. Claire also authored legislation that requires a comprehensive, medically accurate sexual health education curriculum currently available in most school districts to be offered to students in all districts. So, and no, what she's talking about is not, dude, these people, they're not good people. Okay, you guys, here in Washington and other states, like we already know this. This has been going on for like 10 freaking years almost now. Like they're pushing pornographic books on our kids in schools for like sex education, telling a little boy that she can be a girl, telling excuse me, telling a little boy that he can be a girl, telling a little girl that she can be a boy. They're doing all this crazy stuff. And it's you guys, we got to clean house. It's that simple. Okay, so anyways, yeah, so she's been involved in some sexual health education. Dear Lord, man, it's so bad. It's so bad. All right. Anyways, there was like one other thing. Okay, yeah. So there's there's throughout her career, Claire has volunteered and served as numerous organizations and boards, including Citizens for. Okay, I don't care about that. Here it is. Okay, so Claire identifies as a lesbian woman and mother and is one of 7 LGBTQ lawmakers in the Washington State Legislature, a longtime resident of the 30th Legislative District. She has lived in South King County since 1999. Her district includes Federal Way, Algona, Pacific, Milton, Des Moines, and Auburn. Okay, so dude, this is where it gets weird. Okay, so so Claire identifies as a lesbian woman and mother. Okay, so this is weird right here. Why? Okay, so I don't know if she has kids, but I try to find, like, I looked her up on Wikipedia. Do I still have her Wikipedia up? Like, hold up. I'm going to pull it up real quick. Okay. So I looked her up on Wikipedia, right? To read her bio and all that. Well, I think her bio might be on her website, which I got right. Okay, here it is. I'm pretty sure this is it. Yeah, Senator Claire. Okay, yeah, yeah. Let me pull up her Wikipedia real quick, man. I'm just like I'm curious because it has a section for, personal life and it doesn't there's no mention of family, all right? And I have a thing about people serving in positions of serving families when they've never had a family. So, okay. Hold up. Do I have it? Share, paste. Yes. All right. There we go. Haha. Where's her Wikipedia? Give me a second, guys. I'm getting there. In there. Gosh. This is so it's so weird, dude. The rainbow. Okay, yeah. So yeah, like I can't find any mention of her family. Read Claire's full biography. Okay, let me click on this real quick. Yeah, no, I was already here. Okay, anyways, you guys, so yeah, the research I did, and it wasn't like hours and hours and hours of research. It was like, an hour or two. I couldn't find any mention of her having a family. So let me backtrack because I got way off course. And the reason I went off on this tangent about whether or not she has kids, has a family, because she identifies as a lesbian woman and mother. She identifies as a mother. So if she doesn't have kids, what does that mean? And again, I don't know. I don't know if she has kids. Like I know I'm getting stuck right now. So, but yeah, I just thought that was really weird. I thought that was weird. Okay, so let's go to her website real quick. Oh man. It was so much bad stuff. Okay. No, that's LGBTQ. Okay. So yeah, this is her. Okay. So this is her. And yeah, I don't know, you guys. It's just it's crazy. You know, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. Um, but yeah, this lady, I mean, dude, she gutted the bill. She absolutely gutted the bill. Like they weren't lying, you guys. Like I just read to you and I didn't even read the whole thing and just that small section of HB or I 2081 that she turned into what she turned to SB 5181. I mean, she absolutely destroyed the bill, got rid of all the meat and bones. And I mean, there's just nothing left there. It's just an empty bill now. So, like, parents, man, if you guys hear this, like, we call call her, call your senator, you know, like whoever's representing your district, push back. Like, call them, tell them to push back against this because dude, again, Washington's already one of the worst states in the nation for parental rights. And like I talk about this all the time, it's is for parental rights is terrible. And for dads, it's even worse. I mean, we're ranked 42nd in the nation for fathers' parental rights. So I mean, it's a mess out here. It's an absolute mess, you guys. And it's because of people like this that are running our government. People like Claire Wilson. And okay, you know what? Before I end this video, like I brought this video up because do I still have it? Yeah. Okay. So Claire Wilson, she's involved in Washington Parents Leader Voice. I want you to listen. This is a woman that is one of the leaders in the Washington Parent Leaders Voice, okay? And Claire is a big player in this organization, okay? Like just listen to her. It's woke.
We need to do a lot of changing to be anti-racist, to be equitable, and a lot of the administrators are not always on board with everything that we would like to see happen. We as a collective, the people that would like to see change. And so now, even when I don't want to ruffle feathers or maybe I feel uncomfortable, I'm still willing to stand up and say, hey, we really need to do this and push.
Dude, I mean, she used the three woke words, the three communist words, equitable, and man, like so this lady is a leader, is one of the parental leaders in Claire Wilson in this organization called what's it called? Yeah. What is it called? Washington Family Engagement. So yeah, man, and Claire Wilson's a big player in this organization. This is propaganda right here. Like these people are pushing a woke agenda. So yeah, I mean, you guys, let's step up. Let's get something done. You know, like call your senator, call whoever's representing your district and let them know like this ain't cool and you need to push back. So let's get Washington in order. Anyways, you guys, that's what I got for you today. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. I know I love doing this episode, man. All credit to God. God's the best, man. Absolutely love God. And God, I love you. But anyways, before I get out of here, make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell. You know what to do. Please continue to help me make this channel grow. None of this is possible without you guys. I'm doing this trying to spread a message, trying to bring awareness to the issues going on in our family courts, going on in our government, all that stuff, man. We got a spiritual war to win. All right, I'm Codell. Thanks for tuning in to the Father's Gospel Podcast. Until next episode, love you. God loves you. I'm out. Peace.
Here comes Max. Whoa, yeah. Was that fun? God, I'm an out to my very last breath. Bless my son, my love never ends. Max.